Hello dear students, this is Ramzan Mullah. Today we are going to discuss the one of the important topic of the BSc 4th semester, that is aromatic amines. So this is BSc 4th semester topic. In this topic, we people are going to discuss the some following important concepts. That first one is classification of amines, means how we are going to classify the amines into primary, secondary and tertiary, and similarly different types of classifications of amines includes aliphatic amines and aromatic amines. On what basis we are going to classify these amines, we will see. Next one is distinction between amines. So here we are going to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary amine just by reacting these amines with the nitrous acid. The next one is comparison of basic character of the amines. So in basic character of amines, mainly we'll see the aliphatic amines, basic character of aliphatic amines, and cyclic amines and aromatic amines. Next one is amines as a phase transfer catalyst. How these amines are acting as phase transfer catalyst in some of the reactions, that also we'll see in this video. And the next one is mechanism of Hoffman rearrangement, Gabriel thalamide reaction, diazotization reaction, and lastly the synthetic applications of amines, means where we are going to use these amines in the synthesis of many organic compounds. Let's start the topic. First thing is, here we have ammonia molecule where the valency of nitrogen is 3 and it is attached with the 3 hydrogen atoms. Now what are the difference between ammonia and amine? So here we have some other molecules, just see here. So you can see in this molecule, if we replace, this is also ammonia molecule, if we replace this hydrogen atom of the ammonia molecule by alkyl group, then we'll get the primary amine. You can see here, yes, if we replace one of the hydrogen atom from the ammonia molecule by the alkyl group, then we'll get primary amine. Similarly, if we replace the 2 hydrogen atoms from the ammonia molecule by the 2 alkyl groups, then we'll get the secondary amine. Similarly, if we replace all the 3 hydrogen atoms with the 3 alkyl groups, then we'll get tertiary amine. This is how we get the amines from the ammonia molecule. So here what we can say is amines can be obtained by just replacing the 1 or more hydrogen atoms from a molecule of an ammonia by the alkyl or aryl group. If we just replace the number of hydrogen atoms with the alkyl or aryl groups from the ammonia molecule, we'll get the different kinds of amine molecules. You can see primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine. In all these amines, what we did is, from this ammonia molecule, if we replace 1 hydrogen atom with the alkyl group, then we'll get the primary amine. If we replace 2 hydrogen atoms with the 2 alkyl groups, then we'll get secondary amine. And similarly, if we replace all the 3 hydrogen atoms by the 3 alkyl groups, then we'll get the tertiary amine. This is how we get all these amines from the ammonia molecule. Next one is classification of amines. So here amines are broadly classified into 2 types. One is aliphatic amines and one more is aromatic amines. So what are these aliphatic amines and what are these aromatic amines? On what basis we are going to classify these amines into aliphatic and aromatic? It is simply nothing but what? The replacement of hydrogen atoms of an ammonia molecule by the alkyl and aryl group. In case of aliphatic amines, we are going to replace the number of hydrogen atoms by the alkyl group. And similarly, in case of aromatic amines, we are going to replace the number of hydrogen atoms by the aryl group. The only difference between aliphatic and aromatic amines is that in case of aliphatic amines, we are replacing the hydrogen atom by the alkyl group R, whereas in case of aromatic amines, we are going to replace the hydrogen atom by the aryl group, or simply we can write it as pH, that is phenyl ring. Here we have some examples for aliphatic and aromatic amines. See, methylamine, and one more is aniline, or simply it is called as benzenamine. In case of methylamine, here you can see the hydrogen atom is replaced by the methyl group, and in case of aniline or benzenamine, the hydrogen atoms of ammonia molecule is replaced by the phenyl ring. That is what aliphatic and aromatic amines. Next we will see the reaction of amines with the nitrous acid, or simply we call it as nitrous acid test. So what is this nitrous acid test? Nitrous acid test can be used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Mainly we are going to react these primary, secondary and tertiary amines with the nitrous acid, so that we will get different kinds of product in case of primary, secondary and tertiary. This is what we call it as nitrous acid test. So one more important thing is that nitrous acid is quite unstable. It cannot be stored in the laboratory. But whenever it is required for the reaction, that can be prepared in the reaction mixture. That is what we call it as in situ reaction. What is in situ reaction? In situ reaction is nothing but what? The reagent which is required for the reaction that can be prepared in the reaction mixture itself. That is what we call it as in situ reaction. And here this nitrous acid can be obtained by just reacting the sodium nitrite with the strong acid, that is HX. So here we can take any strong acid HX. So if we react this NaNO2 with this HX, we will get what? This nitrous acid, HNO2. But in an acidic solution, this nitrous acid undergoes protonation and it forms protonated nitrous acid. So this protonated nitrous acid, further it loses a molecule of water and it forms a reactive intermediate, that is nitrosonium ion. This nitrosonium ion is the reactive intermediate in the most reactions of amines with the nitrous acid. Now we will see how the primary, secondary and tertiary amines react with this nitrous acid and what kinds of products we will get in the following slides. So here you can see reaction of nitrous primary amines with the nitrous acid. When aliphatic primary amines react with the nitrous acid, they form diazonium salts. And the process of getting off this diazonium salt by reacting primary amines with nitrous acid is called as diazotization of an amine. And these diazonium salts, even at lower temperature, they are unstable and they readily undergo decomposition and they give stable nitrogen molecule. They eliminate what? A stable nitrogen N2 molecule and they form what? Carbocations. So here you can see, if I take here RNH2, this is what our primary aliphatic amine. This primary aliphatic amine, when it reacts with HNO2, so this is nitrous acid and it gives RN triple bond N. So here this nitrogen gets a positive charge because already it has made 4 bonds. For that reason it carries a positive charge. Now this is what we call it as diazonium salt. Now this diazonium salt, it loses a stable N2 molecule. So when it loses a stable N2 molecule, we left with what? Simply a carbocation. Now the carbocation generated in the reaction mixture, this carbocation, so this may react with a nucleophile to give the substitution product, or it may undergo proton loss to give the elimination product, or it may undergo rearrangement to give the rearranged product. So that we will get the different kinds of products, such as we can get ROH, nothing but what? Alcohol, or we may get alkyl halide, or we may get alkene as the product. So all these different kinds of products we may get when the carbocation is formed. So here primary amines, when they react with a nitrous acid, they form a diazonium salts, and these diazonium salts are quite unstable. They further undergoes decomposition to give the stable N2 molecule and carbocation. The carbocation thus formed, it gives the mixture of all these different kinds of products. Here we can see the overall diazotization reaction. Primary aliphatic amine that reacts with a mixture of NaNO2 plus HX. So here NaNO2 HX gives nitrous acid HNO2. Here what will happen? This primary amine will react with this nitrous acid, and it gives a very unstable diazonium salt. So this unstable diazonium salt, this is further undergoes decomposition, or we can say it gives a stable N2 molecule and forms a carbocation. So here you can see this is carbocation, and it eliminates a N2 stable nitrogen molecule from this very unstable diazonium salt. So in general what we can say is we can come to the conclusion that diazotization of a primary aliphatic amines are of little synthetic importance. Means the importance of this primary aliphatic amines will be very less, as because here we will be getting complex mixture of products. Because of this complex mixture of products, it will be quite difficult to separate all the different products. For that reason, we are not going to use the diazotization of primary aliphatic amines for the synthesis of other organic compounds. So therefore here we can say diazotization of primary alkyl amines is not widely used for the synthesis. The main driving force in this reaction is the formation of stable N2 molecule. This is what the main driving force of this reaction. Now next is reaction of primary aromatic amines with the nitrous acid. Here you can see, similar to aliphatic amines, these primary aryl amines also react with a nitrous acid, and they form here arene diazonium salt. Like aliphatic diazonium salts, arene diazonium salts are also unstable, but they are still far more stable than the aliphatic diazonium salts. When you compare these arene diazonium salts with the aliphatic diazonium salt, so these arene diazonium salts will be a little bit stable. They are far more stable, and they do not decompose. The important thing is that arene diazonium salts do not decompose at an appreciable rate in solution when the temperature of the reaction is maintained below 5 degrees Celsius. Here you can see ARNS2, where this AR stands for what is aromatic or aryl group. This AR is nothing but what is aryl group. So this aromatic amine, when it reacts with this nitrous acid HNO2, here you can say nitrous acid HNO2, and that gives what? Arene diazonium salt. This arene diazonium salt is stable only when if this reaction condition is maintained below 5 degrees Celsius. And one more important thing is that these arene diazonium salts are stable as compared to aliphatic diazonium salts. Next one is the mechanism of the reaction, that is diazotization reaction. Here you can see this is HNO2, nitrous acid. Nitrous acid in acidic solution, it undergoes protonation, so that we will get a protonated nitrous acid. This protonated nitrous acid further it loses a water molecule and it forms a reactive intermediate nitrosonium ion. This is the required reactive intermediate. Now what will happen here? You can take here aryl group or alkyl group. Both you can take. Now I'll take here primary amine. So this primary amine, when it reacts with a nitrosonium ion, will get what? N-nitrosoaminium ion. So here the nitrogen of amine will get a positive charge. For that reason it is aminium ion. Further it loses a proton, then it gives N-nitrosoamine. So this N-nitrosoamine when it reacts with a acid which is there in the reaction mixture, it gives protonated N-nitrozoamine. So we'll get here protonated N-nitrozoamine. And next, the base A minus in the reaction mixture takes one of the proton from the nitrogen atom, and again it forms a nitrogen to nitrogen double bond. This is what we call it as diazo hydroxide. So N2 molecule, nitrogen to nitrogen double bond is diazo, and there is what hydroxide group at the end, so it is diazo hydroxide. So this diazo hydroxide further reacts with a acid molecule in the reaction mixture, and it will loses a molecule of water, and we'll get what at the last, arene diazonium ion, or simply we call it as arene diazonium salt. This is what the overall mechanism of diazotization of amines. Next is some important points to remember over here. Just you can remember these 2 points. Diazotization reaction of primary aryl amines are of considerable importance because the diazonium group can be replaced by variety of other functional group. Means we can get different kinds of other organic compounds from the what arene diazonium salts, but we cannot get different kinds of functional groups in case of aliphatic diazonium salts. And second thing is, primary aryl amines can be converted into aryl halides, nitriles, or they may be converted into phenols via aryl diazonium ion. Here you can see some reaction here over here. So this is what we have, arene diazonium salt. So this arene diazonium salt, this diazonium group, diazo group can be replaced by the OH group, so that we'll get a phenol. And if we replace this diazonium group by the Cl, we'll get chlorobenzene. Similarly, if we replace the diazo group by the Cn, we'll get benzonitrile. Means we can get different kinds of functional groups by the what diazonium ion, but it is not possible with the aliphatic diazonium salt. This is plus and this is minus. So here we cannot get different kinds of organic groups by the what these aliphatic diazonium salts, but we can get from the arene diazonium salts. These are the what some of the important points. Next thing is reaction of secondary amines with a nitrous acid. So here you can see secondary amines, you can take both aryl or alkyl. They react with a nitrous acid and they yield secondary N-nitrozoamines. Here we'll get what N-nitrozoamines. Here we won't get the diazonium salts or diazonium ions like primary amines. The important points to note over here is that the product formation in the reaction of secondary amines with the nitrous acid. Here you can see secondary amine, when it reacts with this mixture of NaNO2 HCl, nothing but what it gives the nitrous acid HNO2, and this gives what this product, that is N-nitrosodialkyl amine. This is the product we get when secondary amines react with the nitrous acid. The secondary N-nitrozoamines are stable under the reaction conditions because they do not have NH proton needed for the tautomerism to form the diazonium ion. So already we have seen the mechanism of the diazotization reaction. In that we have seen that the hydrogen atom which is attached to the amine of the diazonium group, so that undergoes what tautomerism to give the diazonium ion. But here in the case of this N-nitrosodialkyl amine, here we don't have any hydrogen attached to this nitrogen atom. For that reason it do not undergo tautomerism, and it do not form diazonium ion. The secondary N-nitrozoamines usually separates from the reaction mixture as a oily yellow liquid. So here you can see this N-nitrosodialkyl amine can be obtained as a oily liquid in the reaction mixture. Similarly, we have aromatic amine here. This N-methyl aniline, when it reacts with a nitrous acid, it gives N-nitroso N-methylamine as a yellow oily liquid. Here we'll get N-nitroso amines, but here we won't get diazonium salts. Next one is the reaction of tertiary amines with the nitrous acid. So when tertiary amines reacts with a nitrous acid, so there is a equilibrium is established between amine salt, this amine salt, and this tertiary amine and this N-nitrosoaminium compound. So here we won't get the any one of these products because the reaction will be in equilibrium with all these three things. So here tertiary amine will be there, amine salt will be there, and nitrosoaminium compound will be there in the reaction mixtures. So that the N-nitrosoaminium compounds are also stable. They are also stable at lower temperatures, but at higher temperatures and in aqueous acid they decompose to produce the aldehydes and ketones. Remember this. Whenever these N-nitrosoaminium compounds of the tertiary amines, when the reaction condition or the temperature is increased and in aqueous acid, they undergoes decomposition to give the what aldehyde and ketones as the product. So because of this, these reactions are also little synthetic importance, similar to primary amines. Tertiary arylamines react with, here tertiary arylamines reacts with a nitrous acid and they form most probably para-nitroso aromatic compounds. Here we will be getting para substituted product when we react the tertiary aryl amines with the nitrous acid. But the para product will be formed only when the para position is open. So here you can see, if this position is open, then only we'll get what 80 to 90% of this para product. Otherwise, if this para position is occupied by some other groups like X, then in such case we are not getting this para product. Instead of that, we'll be getting ortho product. Here the NO group will be attached at this position. So this is the reaction of tertiary amines with the nitrous acid. Now we'll move on to the conclusion of this the reaction of primary, secondary and tertiary amines with the nitrous acid. Here this is here we have the conclusion. Here you can see this mixture of NaNO2 and HX that gives HNO2. When this HNO2 reacts with the primary amine, we'll get a diazonium salt. So this diazonium salt is quite unstable and it forms a carbocation and stable N2 molecule. The carbocation may give alcohol as a nucleophilic substituted product, or it may give alkene as eliminated product, or it may give alkyl halide as the again nucleophilic substituted product. When this secondary amine reacts with the nitrous acid, there will be getting N-nitrosoamine as the product, which is separate out from the reaction mixture as a yellow oily liquid. And similarly, when tertiary amine reacts with a nitrous acid, there will be equilibrium is established between tertiary amine, amine salt, and N-nitrosoaminium compound. This is all about the distinction between primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. Nothing but nitrous acid test. In general, what we can say is primary amine react with the nitrous acid to form the diazonium salts, whereas secondary amine reacts with the nitrous acid and it forms N-nitrosoamines. But here tertiary amines do not react with the nitrous acid. Why? It is because there will be equilibrium is established between the three different kinds of compounds. For that reason, the reaction of tertiary amines with nitrous acid will be very less importance. So this is all about today's class. And if you have any difficulties in this video, you can Just write your questions in the comment section of the YouTube. Thank you for watching this video.